10 years ago, indoor training was reserved for masochists, as they were the only super keen riders willing to trade staring at a wall for hours on end to gain a few watts. Thankfully, times have changed, and now whether you're a budding pro or just a cafe rider who cares about health and fitness, indoor training is now very much commonplace. And this got us thinking, in 2024, should indoor cycling be something that is done during the winter, or does it have benefits year-round? It is, believe it or not, summer, aka the time of year that I dust off my best bike, shove all my winter jackets to the back of my cupboard, enter some events, and cancel my indoor trainer subscription. Even though I am someone who used to hate indoor training, I am now a bit of a convert, and I rely on indoor training to stay fit during the winter. However, as the weather warms up, it's an expense I could just do without. So until October, it's cheerio metaverse. That is until this year, because I've just come off the back of a winter when I'm riding as fast as I ever have, despite doing about half the hours. Now that's something I can only accredit due being really regimented with my training by doing set sessions and challenging myself against other people rather than just bimbling about aimlessly in the rain. Indoor training has also meant that I can fit in a 30-minute session after work when I would never get all layered up and head out in the real world for a ride. As the days get longer and hopefully the days get mercifully less wet, I will find more time to ride outside. But should I cancel my indoor trainer subscription when it seems to be working really rather well? Well, clearly a lot of the same benefits of indoor training remain even when the sun is out. It's still quicker, easier and traffic free, but indoor training platforms can cost anything from a few quid to 18 quid or so a month. Now, if you haven't already noticed, this video is sponsored by Rouvy, so I'd be remiss not to tell you about their new pausing and day pass options. As of June this year, you can now pause your Rouvy membership for up to 180 days, and during that time, just like everyone else, you can still get 20 kilometers free a month. Now, if you're like me, then you'll be choosing one of the many very mountainous routes to get some serious value for money. If you're on a yearly plan, you'll also get those 180 days added back onto the end. So you potentially get 2 whole years out of a year's subscription. Next up are Rouvy's day passes, something that I think is a bit of a genius idea. Usually during the summer, I'm happy enough riding outside for the majority. And then out of nowhere, we'll get an absolute washout of a weekend. Well, now I can purchase a 24-hour, 48-hour or 72-hour subscription whilst my membership is paused for just a few quid. Good work, Rouvy. So, is indoor training proper training? If you watch any pro cycling races, then you'll know that they're a pretty hardy bunch. There ain't no broken collarbone or pelvis going to stop them from finishing a stage. It's kind of hard imagining them sacking off a ride then because of a bit of weather. But are any of us actually sacrificing any training effect by training indoors instead? As I said earlier, I'm probably the strongest I've ever been on the bike after a winter of indoor training. Therefore, we've got in touch with a coach to find out whether indoor training really is as good as outdoor training, or whether I just got lucky.
Indoor training has definitely been proved to be effective. If you look at the pro peloton, I think one of the most famous examples is Matt Hayman, who used indoor training to train and prepare for Roubaix after coming back from a crash. So obviously that doesn't mean we all need to jump on the turbo, but for most of the athletes that I coach, what I tell them is the key to getting fitter is consistency. So for most people, getting that consistency is going to be a combination of indoor and outdoor training. But obviously you need to find what motivates you, because indoor training is not going to be for everyone, outdoor rides isn't for everyone. So yeah.
I think during the winter I found that indoor training certainly benefited me because I could jump on the turbo for 30 minutes after work, whereas I'd never pull on all that kit and go out for a ride. Are there any other benefits to indoor training other than the consistency that it can help bring?
I think it's also really time efficient. So like you said, if you had 30 minutes after work, so if you went out on a road ride, there's traffic lights, there's the risk of getting a puncture, you need to work out what you're going to wear. So an hour ride can very quickly turn into 2 hours, whereas on the turbo, more often than not, an hour ride is probably going to take you an hour.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the other things I would say is you can carry out really specific training on the turbo. So going back to that point of there's no traffic lights, if you need to do a 10-minute effort or 15-minute effort, you can get that really consistent power on the turbo, whereas on the road that can get interrupted.
So over the summer, should I not be cancelling my indoor trainer subscription? Should I be training indoors as well?
I think the benefits of indoor training are year round, and many of the riders that I coach see the most progression by riding indoors and outdoors, because it's that consistency thing again. If you just wait till the weekend to cram in all your riding, it's probably not going to help in the same way. I think ultimately, though, you need to find whatever motivates you. So if that's going out on your Sunday club run or joining a chain gang during the week, go on those group rides. But indoor training as well, you can join group rides. There's also always people to ride with. And I think it also helps signing yourself up for a group ride at 6 p.m, whether that's on the road or indoor training, and it then commits you to a time. Because I think what people struggle with the most is you get home from work and you just keep putting it off. I'll have tea first, then you need to let your tea go down, and then eventually you've never gone. Yeah, we all do.
Thank you very much, Emily. I'd better go and unpause my indoor training subscription.
Yeah, definitely.
At the beginning of the video, I asked whether indoor cycling should be reserved just for the winter. The answer, if you want it to be. In 2024, platforms such as Rouvy are making it more flexible than ever to cancel, pause, and tailor your indoor training subscription to better suit your needs. And that's why 2024 will be the first year that I do incorporate indoor training into my summer riding plan. Let us know in the comments below if you'll be joining me with indoor training during the summer months. I'm sure there's going to be some strong opinions there, or whether your turbo will be tucked away until autumn. As always, if you found this video useful, then please give it a like, subscribe to the channel for lots more indoor and outdoor riding, and we'll see you next time.